Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today I'm getting smashed by other people because my driving is actually pretty good back there. I did a nice drift. And today we're going to be looking back at some cars that we've already looked at from the latest update. But when we first looked at them, I didn't have script hook updated, which means I didn't have the latest menus mod or any of that sort of stuff. Whoa! Also, menus mod hadn't been updated, so none of it worked, and V-Stancer didn't work. And so I'm sort of coming back to these builds just so we can have a little bit of fun and build them with V-Stancer, which means we have no reason to check them out in more detail because we've already seen that. You can watch the videos on their separate things themselves if you want to check them out in more detail. But apart from that, let's jump in today and just build some fun cars for fun. So before we do that, there's going to be some comments on the screen. There's comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below. Right, so you probably wondered what I was driving back there. It is, of course, the Sentinel XS. And this was probably one of my favourite cars from the latest DLC update for GTA Online. But we just never really had the chance to sit down and stance it and make a proper really interesting stance build for it. Or maybe even an off-road build for it or something else. I don't know. So this video is going to be a little different in that it's going to be filled with time lapses. I just want to build these cars, including playing around with V-Stancer. All of that will be in the time lapse build, and then I'll come back and we'll have a quick look at each car and let's just see how many we can do, shall we? So let's jump in. Okay, so here we are with, I think, the first build. This all went a bit wrong as soon as I started stancing it. The idea was I was going to have these really big wheels sort of cambered and tucked in, but it really doesn't fit very well. This is supposed to be a sort of ode to the old Rusty Slamington BMW with the whole liveries and stuff going on here, and just supposed to be quite, what should I say, late 2000s German scene build, perhaps? But yeah, these wheels have definitely gone wrong, so actually, I'm going to quickly fix them. Okay, here we are. This is a little bit better now. So we've got that all stanced out, all sort of flush with the arches, a little bit of camber front and rear. That definitely looks a whole lot better than doing the whole tucked stance slammed look. I don't think that really works with a lot of cars in GTA. But there we are, done with that build. Right there. Get a load of that. That's definitely supposed to be like a late 2000s German scene style thing. Also sort of like harking back to Rusty Slamington. And actually, not just Rusty Slamington, but other cars that Mike Burrows from Speed Hunters has actually had before. Because he did actually have some other BMWs that were quite similar to this as well. So that is what that was all inspired from. I think this actually looks pretty nice. You can let me know in the comment section below, though. Let me know what you think of this one. But let's move on then to... Actually, should we do another Sentinel build and then we'll move on to another car? I want to try an off-roader jacked up build. Okay, and here we are with the finished build. Now, I was at one point going to go for like a twin colour build, but when I went for the Dusha style livery to make this look like a rally car, I realised that the off-white in the worn mixed with the mud just looks so damn cool. Especially, we've also got this carbon bonnet going on here with some dirt on it. We've got these lights up the top here. We've got these muddy looking, dirty off-roader wheels. And we've also gone for like the XS spoiler as well, because I thought it looked cool. And also XS front bumper with the lights and stuff. And I think this looks absolutely amazing. This might just be the best car I'm going to make in this video. Although, don't click off just yet, because maybe there will be. But this is going to be hard to top. This thing is absolutely amazing, and compared to that stance build, do you know what? I prefer this. This is so much cooler. I am in love with this thing. Right, so that is the Sentinels built and done. So just going through the list of other stuff that I haven't done, that we like sort of checked out before but never got to stance or anything because GTA just wasn't running with mods at that point. The Comet Safari, the Yosemite, and the recently now released Riata. When we covered that back in December, it was an unreleased car. Go back to December 26th was when I uploaded the Riata video if you want to see me check out that now released car. But what the hell's going on there for GTA Online? So, seems we've done this. Do you know, should we keep the theme of Safari and off-roading and just bring out the Comet Safari, shall we? I want to get a proper off-roading build that you just couldn't get done in online. So, I spawn in the Comet Safari and get the build done. Okay, so I just spawned this in ready to do the build, and I also spawned in one of these so we can compare it afterwards. I do love how that looks, but I just want to say that you can really see just how limiting this is for GTA Online. It's got that stock height, and it's got these rather thin looking wheels. I'm definitely going to make this look a little bit more like a monster truck, I think, than perhaps with this build right here. So let's jump in with the speed build. Let's go. Okay, and here we are with this rather funky looking monster truck version. It's kind of weird. In fact, actually, let's just get some more track width, I think, on this one. I think we need a bit more out there. There we go. Get some more out. It just looks a little bit thin in there. Now it looks a little bit more chunky. This definitely looks stupid, but that's really the whole point. And instead of going for visual lowering, I actually just changed the actual physical suspension, which means that we have everything still attached underneath. And it still looks super realistic, even if the wheels are perhaps just a little bit too big for this, considering just how small it is. But it looks funky, so why not? And then, I mean, comparing that right now to this, they are complete different ends of the spectrum. So I've gone for the Safari style things. I've gone for sort of like a sort of military theme livery. We've got all the shovels, we've got the lights, bags, spare wheel. This is a proper rally car. This is sort of like a long distance thing, like a Paris-Dakar thing, I feel. Also got all like the color-coded bars as well with fog lights. This thing is absolutely mental. I know the wheels look a bit stupid, but do you know what? I'm sticking with them because I think it's a bit of fun. Although I do have a do you know what? I was just about to say, I do have a feeling it's going to tip over if I go around a bend. Now that we've made this suspension really high, it's definitely going to be a little bit tilty. I wonder if I can get it to roll. Just go around a basic corner. Here we go. And roll. There we go. There we go. Okay, so perhaps not as good handling now that we've definitely jacked it up with these massive wheels, but it's a good bit of fun. There we are. Now, I'm not going to do a stance build of this one because, well, it doesn't really fit into the whole nature of this thing. We could easily just stance a different type of Comet, which isn't really the point of this video. So I'm now going to move on to the Riata. Okay, so now that I've spawned the Riata in, I realise that I've made a grave error. This is not the one that was recently released. I believe I've already actually done a build of that using V-Stancer, which should be on that video. This is just another really early car that I featured. This is the Riata that we never got to play around with V-Stancer, because I actually want to slam this one down with some blingy looking wheels just to see what it looks like as, I don't know. It definitely doesn't look like it should have, I don't know, smaller wheels and smaller tyres, so that's why I want to do it, because I think it's just going to be a big bit of fun. But yeah, I've definitely remembered these cars wrong. Same as the Yosemite, I am pretty sure I've also covered the Yosemite with V-Stancer, so I'm going to leave that out. But I will be checking out the Neon as well, because we haven't done a stance build on that yet. But for now, let's just go on then with this build right here. Okay, so here we are with a rather interesting build. Turns out I couldn't go for deep dish wheels because when I just sort of brought the track width in, a bunch of stuff stuck through the wheels because obviously these are supposed to have massive big wheels sticking out. They're not supposed to be in. Even now, it's still got stuff sticking through. It's really hard to hide that. The only thing is, if I wanted it slammed, it will have to look like that. However, what I can do is I can actually bring that track width out to about here. And I can do the same with the rear. And obviously, I just can't have it as low. So I'm going to actually have to get the visual lowering and bring it up to about there in order to get that all to fit. That's the only way I can get wheels to not glitch through and everything else. Right there. But there we are. There's a rather interesting slammed Riata build with some really interesting looking wheels on it. Definitely, I tried to go for just all color coded just for the fun of it. Because, well, why not? But you could just imagine this at some sort of car show with like a huge like walled stereo system going on in the back. I don't know, like just 18s just walled up for the cabin. I think this would be absolutely amazing as sort of like a slammed bass truck or something like that. I think this actually looks pretty cool in that respect when I think of it as for that purpose and for that style. Absolute winner in my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below, of course, though, because I'm sure you guys have your opinions on this one. So now let's get a speed build going for the Neon. Okay, so I've spawned this in, and actually I think I've got the names wrong again. I'm so terrible with names. I had everything written down, and turns out that I really wrote this at 5 o'clock, incredibly tired, and I got it all wrong. This was supposed to be the Tesla remake. However, I'm curious to see how this look starts anyway, but I don't think I've done a video on this one. But anyway, we can see this as a bonus build. Can you go away, please? Thank you. Wait, is he going to carjack me? No. Okay, we're fine. I just never know. Every time someone gets close to my car, I just think they're carjacking me. Right. Speed build. Go. Okay, and here we are done with this build. This thing looks absolutely intensive. Also, I definitely haven't built this before, because something that surprised me was instead of having wing mirrors, you can have cameras on this one. This is definitely the future of stance cars, I think. And I didn't want to go crazy, but there we are. This thing looks pretty mental. That's actually a beautiful looking car, I've got to say. There we are with the electric Neon. And it's actually pretty damn fast. This is a beautiful car, especially when it's lowered, I've got to say. Even though you might disagree with the camber, or even though it's only slight, or the stancing, or whatever, I think it looks nice. I've got to be honest. Right, so now let's try, for the finale, stance out the rather similar looking Tesla Model S replica. And do you know what? My memory has ruined me again, because actually what I was thinking of as being the Model S was actually the Neon we just did. And this was the Model 3, wasn't it? The old Raiden. So actually, to finish off, I'm going to go for the SC1, purely because I think it's incredibly ugly and I think there's no way of saving it, and I want to make a really weird off-road version, just in case we make something really awesome, even though I have a feeling actually it's going to be pretty dreadful, but let's give it a go. Okay, and here we are with the final build. I didn't want to go for crazy wheel size. I just went for some width. I went for some heightening of the suspension. Knocked them out a bit. I just went for this sort of like matte green and some carbon details. And I don't know why, but this reminds me of like something from Children of Men. If anyone's seen that film where they have like some weird like fit multiplier and stuff. This, for some reason, feels like this would fit in as sort of like this like really weird like repurposed supercar or something in the Children of Men universe. Absolutely crazy. And well, yeah, there we go. This has been an interesting video. I've definitely made a lot of mistakes on my notes. I'm gonna have to definitely double check that next time, because I feel like a bit of an arse with some of those confusions there. because those vehicles, some of them that I mentioned at the start, I have definitely stanced out and checked out V-Stancer later on after I did those videos. So there we go. That should teach me to not do notes at 5 o'clock in the morning. Probably should just get some sleep and do it when I'm a bit more clear-minded, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video and enjoyed the builds. Let me know in the comment section below which one of the builds is your favorite, and I guess that's it. If there's any other car from the latest DLC that you'd like for me to check out, I think I've checked out most of the interesting ones. I think the ones that are left are sort of like just generic supercars that don't really have much in the way of tuning options, and they're just a bit sort of meh, or like so crazily styled that they're just ugly and I just don't care. But if I have missed anything interesting out that you guys think that I should check out, stance or off-road build, or just make a modified build of it in general, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe there's a mod you'd like for me to check out. I've got a nice selection of mods coming. I've got some on my list, but if there's any you think I should check out that perhaps you think I might have missed out on my list, you can let me know in the comment section below, or by sending me a link on my Twitter. Just go to me on Twitter at Figureight. Links to my Twitter in the description below. Just tweet me some mods or something like that you would like for me to check out. And who knows, maybe I'll pick one of them and do a video on them. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching and for checking out all these speed builds. I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.